talk or topic is working with qada or judiciary. So as we all know that working in that field or that area to apply or implement the hukm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is among the top and the best jobs that somebody would actually hold. So what about working on that outside the Muslim community or the Muslim states? It is very clear that this knowledge or that area is among the top, is well respected, it's well honored. It has a great position within the hierarchy of the Muslim community. To be able to judge between people in blood crimes or marriage issues or money aspects or issues, all muamalat, all the dealing with people that could actually go to the qadi or the judge. As long as if you just look at the history of Muslim Ummah, it was like a great thing to be a judge. However, many of the Sahaba, many of the companions actually turn away from being a qadi, being a judge, because it's a great thing. They don't want to be like accountable for something that they might put some judgment, and they are afraid that it would not be right. Again, it's not intentional. If the judge actually makes a judgment and that was based on hard work and ijtihad, and he's right about it, he has two rewards. If he made that ijtihad and it was like he failed to get the right decision, he has one ajr, one reward. He did the best that he would be able to, or he was able to do, in order to seek that right judgment. The Prophet ﷺ has many hadith, like warning people from whoever, hold that position and do not fulfill the right of it. It's like the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ when he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with that judge as long as he does not actually be in just, like that is he should be just. He should try to find or to put the rule of the righteousness or the right and justice. Another hadith narrated by or corrected by Al-Albani, that the judges are three types. Two of them are going to be in the hellfire and one in the Jannah. The one who actually judge away from the just, that is the one in hellfire. So again, two judges are gonna be in the hellfire and only one in heaven or paradise. Again, the one who does not put things in just and fairness. And he knows what is just and what's fair. That's one of the two that will be in hellfire. And another judge that doesn't know, and based on that ignorance or not knowing what's going on, so he would give judgment or rights to people who do not deserve that right. So this one is also in the hellfire. And the one who actually gonna be in the heaven or the paradise, that he knows the right, he knows the just and the fair judgment, and he will actually hold or rule with that. Umar radiallahu anh, Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, said, Wail, which is actually a valley in the hell fire, is gonna be like the place to those judges that they do not do the right or do not judge with the fair and just judgment. So they're gonna have this position because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them that great position to be judge. Many of the Sahaba, as we said just a few seconds ago, like Abdullah ibn Farooq, he was the faqih of Al-Qayrawan. He never accepted to be the judge. He used to say or tell or say to Abu Hanifa, he used to say, I have said to Abu Hanifa or to Abi Hanifa, what prevented you from take that position or accept that position to be a judge? And Abu Hanifa told him, as you know, the judges are three types. One that he knows how to swim in that long ocean or sea, and the other one, you know, he's like barely can swim and he's about to get drawn or drown, and somebody is okay, he knows how to swim fine, and but somebody can actually easily sink or get drowned. Somebody doesn't know even how to swim. So Shara is the only way to rule by. We have to put that hukm based on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has descended to us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made, you know, some of them to be strict haram in Sharia. So the ahkam of Sharia would, you know, like be applied or be like a good way to deal with all the Muslim issues, either wherever he goes or wherever he lives. So when you accept that position or that role of being a qadi or judge, number one, you have to be aware or knowledgeable of the ahkam of Sharia. Number two, so you have to work hard on maximizing the goodness to people and minimizing the wrong things to people as well. So the second or the third point, cannot leave that job to anybody who's not knowledgeable of Sharia. For example, if there is no, like outside the Muslim countries, there is some kind of conflict between Muslim people, we can try to implement that Sharia on people by looking into, for example, talking to the sheikh of the Muslim community, individuals and communities, for example, so he can actually reconciliate between people, just to look at avoid the courts, as long as you can use the Sharia rules in order to put the right judgment between these two people. Also, you can go to the this civilian court, for example, if you don't find any other way to get your right, or if you don't find any way to push any injustice that was against you. Again, that's in a country that is not using the Muslim Sharia, for example. So, Sheikh Muhammad Abdu was given a question from, I think, like India or Pakistan, and Sheikh Muhammad Abdu actually transferred that question to Sheikh Muhammad Rashid. So the question was, are we allowed to use the non-Muslim courts, like the English courts, for example, at that time, because Pakistan and Egypt and all these countries were under the British umbrella at that time? So Sheikh Muhammad Rashid actually studied that case very well, and he said we have to be careful when we look into these issues. Especially some of the people or the public look into the judges in the civilian courts or the English courts or whatever, like they're not Muslims, and they will not actually judge with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has descended to us. And according to the ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah, these are like disbelievers, So some people, they said, oh, this qadi or that judge is not judging by the word of Allah, so that means this guy is kafir or this guy is disbeliever. But we have to actually look into that issue with knowledge, with ilm. So what we understand from the ayah is not actually what you can see from the ayah. So the way that the ayah would look like, it doesn't mean like this guy is kafir. None of the a'imma, none of the fiqh pillars said that. So the people of Sunnah or the Ahlul Sunnah said this ayah actually was totally descended about the Jews, and that was mentioned by Sa'id ibn Mansur and Abu Shaykh. So Abu ibn Abbas said this ayah was revealed or was descended by Allah to us, which is whoever does not judge by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed or has descended to us, those are the disbelievers, and the zalim or zalims are the fasiq. It was mainly for the Jews. And some people said it's not of the people of Muslims, so there is nothing about that of the people of Islam. It's mainly in the people of kufr, the people of disbelief. Uh, Hudhaifa actually confirmed that meaning is not descended on the people of Islam. It's mainly on the people who are not Muslims at all. Whatever that category was, like Jews or disbelievers or Christian or whoever, but it was not narrated about, or it was actually not the tafsir of that ayah was never put as Muslims. So the next point, that if you live in a country or a place that there is no Sharia, that means the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not or are not implemented in that state or that place. Again, if the Muslim lives in outside the Muslim communities, and most of the judgments are not, compatible with the Sharia, because it's designed based on the laws, either a French law or English law or whatever law is done by people. So the Muslim should try to get that done by any means. So anybody can accept, for example, a job in a non-Muslim country, unless he knows that he's gonna actually have a lot of harm living within that non-Muslim community. So the other issue, for example, if somebody working as a lawyer in this country and he's coming to work as to be a judge, for example, but according to his faith as a Muslim, he's was ordered to use the word of Allah or the hukm of Allah to judge between people. So we can just talk generally, like most of the ahkam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has descended to us. Some of them are related to our deen, some of them are related to the, like the living issues. For example, those related to the deen, just like the ibadat, like fasting, like prayers, and those like related to our life is just like marriage, divorce, and we cannot actually use anything that would violate the word of Allah. So whatever actually comes with the dunya, things like the punishment of something, or the civilian related issues, these are very, very few ones, and it could be actually based on ijtihad. So even it was narrated in the Sunnah to avoid implementing the hudud of Allah or the boundaries of Allah in a non-Muslim country. Some scholars even they said there is nothing wrong with riba, for example, in this land of non-Muslims, like Abu Hanifa madhab. He said all contracts, they're not good contracts in this land of non-Muslim land. Sheikh is actually concluding that this topic would need more clarification and start making dua for the people in Gaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease their situation, support them, and spread the fear in the heart of the disbeliever there, and in the end we just send peace and the prayers upon his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.